A careful and targeted preparation of actions to restart a ride can reduce the risk of damages and downtimes. With this Ready2Restart toolbox, we want to support you in your action. Welcome, my name is Bastian Brox and I'm responsible at EMIS Electrics for all service actions. With this little video series, we would like to give you additional support on how to restart a ride after a long standstill. The focus of today's video is all on mechanics. We are talking about vehicles, moving parts working correctly, and whether the standstill has led to unwanted changes. My guest for this discussion today is Holger Nikola, Project Manager on MACK Rides. Thank you for being here.
Hello Bastian, thank you to invite me for this meeting, and I really looking forward to that after such crazy times. Thanks.
Which importance do mechanical topics have on a roller coaster or an amusement ride, especially when the ride has been shut down for a longer time?
Well, most mechanical parts on a coaster or amusement ride in general involve moving and rotating parts. An important task would be to make sure that those who shall move or rotate do so without strange noise, but also making sure that those parts who shouldn't move finally doesn't.
During the first walkthrough, it's all about getting an initial overview on the condition of the ride. What points should be inspected first?
Of importance is certainly to check the completeness of the entire ride. Parts that possibly been taken off for protection or for annual maintenance shall be back in place. Parks with big tree population should make sure that there are no leaves or branches got stuck in the ride parts like track or even brakes. And we'll finally check the torque stripes at all the connections between the steel structures.
All motors, pneumatic and hydraulic systems are in focus of a first visual inspection. What should be watched out for and what can happen during a longer standstill?
Of course, first of all, check the junction boxes, the pneumatic boxes, that the bodies are intact, that no water find its way inside the boxes, that all the hoses and cables are in good condition, no damages. All the grills for the drives, covering the fans and everything shall be in good condition and clear of debris. No leaking oil on the gearboxes. And finally, also take a look at the OEM manuals from the different devices like the motors, the gearboxes, but also the restraint cylinders are of importance, of course, since they probably have additional requirements for maintenance and inspections.
During the standstill, the vehicles are not moved for a long time. What should we pay attention for on a visual inspection?
Okay, so check up the bogies, to spin the wheels, that they are free of strange noises, spin easily, of course. Clean the brake fins and taking care of all the current collectors underneath the train and the bus bars, that they are in proper condition. Grease the couplings between the vehicles in case of a train, that they later on move easily and free. Taking care of the entire guest containment, like the seat, the backrest, no sharp edges, the lap bar itself, the restraint system in total.
What can happen to vehicles that have not been moved for a long time?
Of course, you need to check the flat spots on the wheels. If the wheels or if the trains have been moved over the time, that shouldn't be an issue at all. The vehicles are, especially during fall season, exposed to wet and cold weather conditions. So this could also affect all the corrosion protections, especially in the fits and everything. So you should partially dismantle those and check for contact corrosion. And of course, finally apply some grease or thin oil that they are protected again and easy to move.
Moving elements of the track like switches or rotating platforms are sometimes sensitive after a long standstill. What should you watch out for before starting them up?
As part of the walkthrough, you also shall check for clean and proper conditions on these parts, of course. You have to apply fresh grease to the bearings and to the slewing rings. Especially on the switches, you should check the transition between the moving part and the fixed track part, that especially where the running wheel is passing by and the guide wheels, that you have a nice gap, that there are no sharp edges and things like that who could damage the lining on the wheels.
A lot of rides are equipped with pneumatical systems and need to be inspected in this regard. What should be checked in particular?
First of all, make sure that the source, the compressor itself, is working well. Check the dryer, drain the tank, drain the filter, so that already the compressed air that you provide to the ride equipment is in proper condition.
What are the dangers of pneumatic equipment?
Pneumatics operate with high pressure. This could lead to injuries if they are not proper maintained and adjusted. Even though we monitor the pressure on several spots in the ride, like after the compressor, but also in the field prior it goes to the actuator. For example, where we use the pneumatic air for brakes, we need a high pressure to hold the train in position. But on other rides, on other ride parts, like the queue gates, we need a low pressure to avoid injuries at the guest when the gates move open-close.
Overall, what would you like to say to your colleagues in the amusement park industry?
I know they are doing a great job with excited, sometimes impatient guests. So stay tuned and make people smile again.
Holger, thank you very much for being with us and for this very informative and interesting conversation.
Thank you, Bastian, for the opportunity to join this. Very interesting for myself as well, and have a great day.
You too. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you for your attention, and we wish you all the best for your restarting actions. If any questions arise or the operator's manual leave anything open, don't hesitate to contact us. Contact us on the listed email addresses or telephone numbers. We hope you enjoyed the video and it has helped you in your actions.